Say we've got this very messy fridge here to show you, and we're going to do a makeover. Wow, look at this. You can see half cut lemon going to waste, we've got dairy on the top shelf, we've got butter just left open there, and oh my gosh, look at the back there. We've got uncovered chicken up way too high on the shelf, and an avocado going to waste. We've got pancake batter, half open can, a saucepan in the fridge, massive no-no. Also last night's dinner going to waste there. How about the drawer? Drawer's not looking too bad. Got some mushrooms in bags. Look at that, half cut capsicum about to be wasted and go off. And in the door, got lots of space that can be utilised a bit better. So let's give it a makeover. So we'll start off with this chicken. Oh, yuck. I'm going to use a glass container for this one. So I know this has only been in there for a few hours, so I'm happy to eat this. Ready to go in the fridge. This is some chicken bone broth that I think was cooked last night. It was left in the fridge like that. So we're going to get a glass container for that one. So we've got pasta bake, again last night's dinner, and we're going to use a big beeswax wrap. So this one can stay in the container. If there was a lot less, I'd probably put it in a smaller container. Our giant beeswax wrap. Just going to fold the corner in. It's very big. There we go. Ready to go in the fridge. This goes in the bin, or in the compost I should say. Avocado has been put in the fridge uncovered, so the good news is it is salvageable. So what I'm going to do is just cut off just a few mils off the top of it. Small beeswax wrap, and I just put the cut edge onto the wrap, and then we wrap it up like this. And that one's ready to go. So here I've got these wraps that are already open, so they're at high risk of going dry in the fridge. So what I'm going to do is take them out of this plastic. I'm going to put that in the soft plastic recycling, take them to the supermarket and they get recycled. And I've got a 4-litre food pouch, which will be nice and airtight. So just going to stick that one in there. Get the air out and close it up. So you just need to give it a bit of a tug at the end. And that's that one. Next up we've got this capsicum, which was left in the fridge. So it's starting to go a bit dry around the edges. So I'm going to just slice off as little as I can. There we go. And I'm also just going to push on the back here and get those seeds out now. Helps with food prep later. You don't have to do this later. It's a good way of getting out as much of the pith as possible, but keeping as much capsicum as possible. And I'm going to store that one in a small beeswax wrap. Here's my wrap. This lemon that we saw is unsalvageable, so that's going in the bin. Alright, I've got cheese here. Once this cheese is opened, we need to put it into a beeswax wrap. I've got this fun SUSTOMi print. So just put it in the middle. And then just wrap it up like this. So this is a medium-sized beeswax wrap. Next we've got this can of coconut cream that's been half used and just left like this in the fridge. And with that metal exposed, that can cause issues, and we'll put it into the container. And that one can go into the recycling if we take the label off, and then the aluminium gets recycled. The mushrooms next. So for these I just need a washable paper lunch bag. This is a paper that's got silicone in it, and silicone means it's water resistant, so it locks in the moisture, but it keeps it breathable so food can breathe and the gases can exchange. So I'm just going to put the mushrooms here. And you can also take this to the shop. In an ideal world, you take this to the shop and not have to get these paper bags at the supermarket at all. And that one can roll up and go in the fridge. So I've just pulled these out of the fridge, but the bag's gone soggy. So we can just keep those together in a produce bag if you're going to eat them soon. Put them like that in the fridge. And the other option is we can put them in a beeswax wrap. Like that. Super simple, it doesn't have to look that pretty. Here we've got a piece of pumpkin. It is in plastic, unfortunately, so ideally we buy a full pumpkin, a whole pumpkin from the supermarket, and then we get rid of one piece of plastic. But in this case, I'm going to prep the pumpkin so it makes cooking a lot easier. So we're going to roast some of it, ready to add to any meal, and then the other half we're going to put into a food pouch, ready for cooking. And all I'm going to do is stick that on there, and then put our pumpkin on. That just needs a bit of olive oil and any herbs that you want in the oven. So now we'll take this is our 1 litre silicone food pouch. I'm just going to put the pumpkin in there. And put the slider on, so we've just got the arrow on the pouch and the arrow on the slider. We match those up and they go on like that. Give it a bit of a tug at the end, and then we have it ready to go in the fridge. So we've got this parsley, nice and fresh. Instead of just putting that in the fridge, I'm going to put it in a jar of water to keep it nice and fresh. So I'm going to fill this up halfway. Got our water, and now with the stems, since they're all dry, we're going to cut them off and make it fresh and open up that passageway for the water to get through. Just like that. In the water. And makes your fridge look awesome too. So we've got this half-cut pumpkin here. We need to cover this raw edge, so this thick skin will be fine exposed because it doesn't, the moisture won't come out of that, whereas this cut edge will go dry. So I'm going to take an orange beeswax wrap so I can have a better chance of remembering what's in there. I'm just going to put the cut edge on the wrap and just wrap it up. It's time to make over the fridge, so let's do it. So we're going to rearrange the small things first, all these loose items. I've got 2 containers here, which will help us keep the sauces organised. So we're going to take the little ones and put them in there. So we'll have a sauce bucket. Alright, so they're just going to go up on the top shelf. Just got some soda stream flavour that we never use, so that's going to stay up the back. Maple syrups, there's 2 maple syrup jars, one of them's empty, so that one can go away, and in an ideal world we'll have a 3rd container, but we've only got 2, so we work with what we've got. So we're just going to sit these bigger items on the top shelf. This shelf I'm going to keep what we use most of, and they've already found their way there, so we'll leave that shelf as is. Okay, so now we'll do the big things. So meats always go on the bottom shelf, just in case there's leakage. You do not want meat going all through your fridge. Chicken broth, bottom, along with this shredded chicken. We got our pasta bake. That's going to go on this middle shelf here. And then our dairy things. We also want to keep dairy quite low in the fridge, just in case it leaks and goes through everything. And then we'll put the eggs up here. I've got 2 packs, so I've got the full one. I'll put the full one on the bottom and the half-used one on top. Then we've got my marinara mix, that's the bottom shelf especially because it's just in the bag that it came in. This coconut cream, that probably won't be used for a while, so I'm going to put that in the freezer. Next we've got our chopped pumpkin. And this pancake batter, I decided to leave it like this because it's probably going to get used tonight. So anything open, again, we'll keep it lower in the fridge. Veggie drawer. These avocados, we've got so many avocados, so these ones are going to stay in the fridge because it keeps them very fresh. I'm going to pile in these veggies, so Brussels sprouts. This is the avocado. I like to leave these open ones that need to be used just up the top here so you can see them easily. Okay, now we've got the butter and the cheeses, so all of our dairy things. We've got a dairy case just up here. And this is the capsicum that goes in there as well. And the mushrooms. Just roll it over once. Here it is. Your freshly organised fridge is here. And it's mostly plastic free. It's not completely, but remember we're starting with where we're at now. Awesome.